Hey there, fellow adventurers! Welcome back to my channel, Left of the Spotlight. Today I'm thrilled to give you a tour of my Ram ProMaster conversion van, which is about 95% complete now. And next to my dog Bijou, this is the ultimate companion in my journey to explore the world of true crime and filming locations of movies and TV shows that inspired me to work in entertainment. Now let's dive right in and take a closer look at what makes this van truly special. I am in Colorado, and we are currently in the middle of a snowstorm where we are expected to get about 19 inches of snow less than a week before the first day of spring. And while I started filming this a couple of days ago on a 70-degree day, I'll be piecing together various footage throughout the course of this van build. After an extended trip from Niagara Falls to Key West, I decided to rip the first design down to the bare metal walls and start over from scratch, so you might see some variations from my original plan. If you enjoy this tour and other videos on my channel, Left of the Spotlight, please make sure you click like and subscribe, and check out my follow-up video on how I designed and built the interior to make my travels as comfortable and worry-free as possible. First up, we have the living area, which doubles as a cozy lounge during the day and transforms into a comfortable bed at night, complete with an extra long spring and memory foam mattress combo. I use an electric blanket which helps me keep out the chill on cooler nights, especially when traveling at high altitudes near my home in Colorado. On the subject of heat, I have installed central heating in the back of the van that runs off of my vehicle gas tank. It works efficiently, using very little energy, and barely taps into my fuel reserves. If my gas tank ever gets a little too low, the heater has a safety shutoff so I don't get stranded. The heating system I chose when I first started my build was a more commonly known company called Webasto. Last week, I changed over to a company called Parking Heater Products, or PHP, which I'm still learning how to use. The Ram ProMaster has a built-in port which allows for an easy connection to the gas tank, and it's very important to adjust your heater for the altitude at which you spend most of your time. I've discovered that about every 2 years they require maintenance to clean out carbon buildup to prevent an error code which will shut down your heater. Always make sure that the exhaust pipe is not blocked by snow or any other debris to prevent the possibility of carbon monoxide entering the vehicle, and it's highly recommended to have a carbon monoxide detector as a safety feature. Additionally, I installed radiant heat underneath my manufactured hardwood floors, which really makes it cozy on my feet during the frigid winter months. Both the heated floor and the central heat generate power from my solar system during the day and tap into my lithium battery at night. But what truly sets this van apart are the little touches that make it feel like home. Every inch of this van is well planned out for form as well as function. Shopping locally at a materials resource yard, I was able to source roughly 80% of what I needed. This included things like manufactured hardwood floors mentioned earlier, glass backsplash tiles, walnut countertops, lumber, hinges, sinks, and even recycled paint and primer from the Hazardous Materials Recycling Center in Boulder. I splurged a little bit on a European-style compost toilet as well as a solar refrigerator from the company GoSun. The GoSun refrigerator runs off of 12-volt or DC power. It allows your food to stay cold without the wet mess of ice, and if for some reason your van power is low, your food is protected for an extra 24 hours using its own lithium battery backup. Now let's talk toilets. I opted for the sleek, European-style compost toilet made by Sunmar GTG. This toilet separates your number 1 from your number 2, which significantly decreases odors. It has a 12-volt vent to keep your vehicle from smelling like a porta potty, and I use an 8-gallon compost bag, which doubles as my trash for compostable items and for going number 2. Then it simply ties up neatly and can be buried safely or discarded in the trash. I've had people suggest that this sounds kind of gross, but it's no different and much better for the environment than discarding a dirty diaper. Also, talk to me about gross after you spend 20 minutes over a public dumping station every week. Having owned an RV, I can tell you that the mess and smell of a wet system and needing to seek out and pay for dumping stations along my travels was something I wanted to leave in my rear view. Let's check out the storage. From food and filming equipment to dog toys and cleaning supplies, there is a place for everything, keeping my road trips organized and hassle-free. I have a compartment over my Murphy bed, one over the front cab, and one for my Instant Pot and cookware.
And around in the back area, I do have a garage sort of an area where I'm able to keep things like extra gear, fishing poles. I've got a small table and a broom back there. And I keep an extra curtain with a rod that goes basically between these back doors and gives me a little bit of extra privacy without having to shut the doors, and I can let a breeze come through the middle of there. I like not having a bed in the back going perpendicular to the side of the van because I like to have an entrance and an egress from both the side and the back as a safety feature. And generally, if you are in a camping area or on a beach or in the mountains or something, a lot of the times you're going to want to look out the back door to the view as opposed to the side door, which a lot of the times if you are dealing with somebody in a campground, you're going to be facing another person's camping area, their bikes, whatever kind of mess they have. And so a lot of the times I will keep this door shut and I will use the back door, which generally is backed up to a nice beach or the aspen trees or something like that.
I've got 2 overhead kitchen cabinets for my spices, coffee, and French press, and I've installed 2 soft closing lower cabinets for my bathroom accessories and kitchen utensils. Underneath my sofa, I have a large drawer for clothing, a small, somewhat hidden compartment where I keep my laptop safe while driving, and which doubles as a junk drawer and a place to keep equipment manuals handy for emergencies. Next to that, I have a large compartment for my lithium battery jumper, which has saved me several times while stranded alone and off-grid. I also store my shoes and hiking boots in here, and behind that is where my solar inverter and lithium battery is stored. The battery is hooked up to my engine, allowing me to charge it every time I drive, or to get extra power on shorter winter days, or when it's cloudy or my solar panels are covered in snow. I decided against the yacht portal windows in order to make the van more stealthy. My skylight lets in plenty of sunshine while allowing me full privacy. Windows are more likely to invite peepers and police, and my lack of windows has ensured that I've never been bothered by curious onlookers during my travels cross-country. Moving toward the back of the vehicle, I installed a shower which doubles as a closet. I rarely have needed to use the shower, instead opting to utilize the ones in campgrounds or RV parks where I'm staying. If I need to take a shower, I simply remove my clothing and then wipe down the walls when I'm finished. I like the versatility rather than having to make a choice between having a closet or having a shower. One of the nice things about a van of this size compared to an RV is I fit easily into a regular parking space, and I often only have to pay for a tent site rather than an RV site with hookups. I'm pretty self-contained, compact, and stealth. Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to mention that the choices I made for this specific van design are tailored to my needs and were well thought out after having spent a lot of time in it. If you are creating your own design, think about your habits and comfort, and by all means, you do you and make it your own. One of the things that I went back and forth on was my stove. I love cooking and I have limited space. My original stove made a lot of noise while I was driving and required a propane tank, which took up a lot of room. I was also concerned about the safety of having a propane tank in the event that I were ever to have an accident or if a gas leak developed due to vibrations from driving. I opted for a small butane stove, which I often see people using on cooking videos, like in one of my favorite channels, Emmy Made, on YouTube. Small butane canisters are available in most grocery stores and Walmarts and are considerably safer and more compact than a 10-gallon propane tank. I usually keep a couple of spares on hand, and I love having the ability to remove the stove when the mood strikes me to cook outdoors. This inexpensive rack is a very versatile accessory where you may place hot pans, rinse your vegetables, or allow your dishes to dry. When not in use, it wraps up and stores easily. And with that, this video is a wrap. Thank you for joining me on this tour of my conversion van. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or dreaming of hitting the road, I hope this glimpse into my nomadic lifestyle inspires you to explore the world around you.